You want to have a chocolate? No?
I already had one.
Yeah, that's for the day.
Open it for you?
Yes.
I don't know how to open it.
I really don't know how to open my chocolate, baby.
Like this.
And are you going to feed me? Feed me? What do you say?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Ah. Wow, this is it's the best feeling in the world. I can't explain it. It is both happy and sometimes a little bit sad because you know they grow up, they go away. So in that sense, but I am truly enjoying the moment. Making time for my daughter. To be honest, the first 2 years I was traveling extensively. I was traveling almost 15 days a month. It was so bad that my wife used to call me the roommate. And I think it came to a point where my daughter would have called me uncle. So, it was one of those challenges that I faced. But then after that, during COVID, and I know it has been miserable for humanity, but I'm really sorry to say that it was a boon for me because I got a lot of time with my daughter and I was able to also focus on my health. There is no such thing. I don't think there is a thing as a perfect father because you will always slip, and anybody who wants to be a perfect father, they will always fail because look, fact of the matter is that we're human beings, we're not angels, we are going to slip up. My daughter is 5. It's soon enough she'll have opinions, strong opinions. She already has opinions, but she'll have strong opinions, and there will be debates which will probably lead to arguments. But this is the spice of life, and therefore I don't think there is such a thing as a perfect father. Okay, so the biggest one is obviously the way she looks. She looks a lot like me. Actually, she looks a lot like my mother, who I look like. So that is one thing which everybody, in fact, yesterday we were out to lunch with a lot of friends and people who had never seen her. As soon as they saw her, they're like, oh my God, she is exactly like you. So that's one, that's the obvious. The other one is she's extremely social. I'm a very social individual. She's a very social person. She can make friends just like that. And that is something very special about, which is very common between the two of us. The difference between my daughter and I is definitely the fact that, she's a clean freak like her mother, because her mother is so particular about everything being in its place, very clean, and she's always been that way. She's been that way even the time when she used to crawl. She would pick up things and actually put it in the bin. I mean, she was mature that way. So I think that's the difference. And I'm a little, a typical guy. Yes, except she never keeps them. So she doesn't actually have a nickname as such. We call her all sorts, Isra, Isru. But I call her a lot by Mama. I call her my Mama for two reasons. One is because I think it's a beautiful term of endearment. Second thing is my mother's no more. So in a way, when she was born, Dad used to, and he still says that she's like your mother, and so that's the reason why I call her Mama. So I'm a proud Indian, and I would like to take my daughter all over India. I want her to see the length and breadth of our country, imbibe the culture, enjoy the foods and the scenery. But the first place, and in a way she's already been there when my wife was pregnant. We'd already gone to Assam, but the first place in India, apart from Mumbai of course, because that's our home now, I want her to come with me to Assam, because that's our ancestral home. That's where my parents come from, my grandparents come from, that's where our roots are, and I would like her to be aware of what life is like in places like Assam and the remote parts of Assam particularly. Every few days there is a proud moment, because she's going to be 5 in less than a week's time, And you know, the faster they learn, the things they communicate, the way they behave, and the evolution and the changes that comes about in the way they are, it surprises me all the time. It amazes me, and to be honest, yeah, I become proud every few days, and sometimes many times in one day. Wow, that's you know, whenever people ask me things like that, it's like choosing favorites. And when it comes to my fragrances, it's like saying, you know, pick a favorite child. So it's very difficult to choose. But what I can say is that I think people should go out there and try out our fragrances based on their personality, try them, put them on their skin, see how it performs, how it lasts, and most importantly, what kind of compliments you get from your partner and your children. So me, whenever I wear a new fragrance, Isra will say, wow, Abba, you smell so nice. And then that is, you know, that's the ultimate compliment for me. So I think that's what you dads need to do this Father's Day. It's funny you ask that question, because we have a certain practice in our family, and it was started by my late uncle, my mentor, Nazir Ajmal, Allah yarhamah. He was the one who started this process of making fragrances for the newborn in our family. And it started with, many of you would know, Maryam. So this was 20 something years ago when she was born. He made a fragrance for her, and since then we've made it a practice that every newborn in our family has his or her personal fragrance. So when Isra was not born yet, her fragrance was born. As we knew it was a girl, we knew what we were going to name her. So the inspiration was from the name, and I created something for her, which she still wears. She's been wearing since she was a baby. She wore it through play school. She now wears it to school and in her daily life. So yeah, she has her own perfume. Oh, wow, I mean, this is one of the most difficult questions. I mean, material things, of course, it goes without saying, you know, within reason, of course, I would want to spoil her a little bit, but not too much either, because it's not the best way to go for her and her future life. But, you know, if I can bring her up to be a good human being, I think that would be the best gift I can give her. She made this impromptu card for me while we've been shooting. What does this say?
This says, I like that. Nice to play. Is fun.
Is fun? Oh, that is so sweet, baby. Why don't we say Happy Father's Day to everybody? Give me a kiss. And look over there and say Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. That is so cool.